Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
We have Tarang Jain, the MD of the company, who joins in our studio. Tarang, hi, thanks very much for joining in. So I was looking at your IPO. It's primarily an OFS, so all of the money is not going to be directed towards the company. Can you just brief us in terms of the IPO details as well as what the company is about?
Yeah, so you're right. We're diluting about 15% as a company, and 13.7% is held by Tata Opportunities Fund, and 1.3% is secondary dilution on the promoter side, which is myself. So I think this is largely, I need to give an exit to the PE investor. We're not getting any primary thing done at the moment because we don't really need the funds, for our future growth, because I think we're able to do it through internal generation. And a net debt to equity at the moment, March 18 was 0.3:1. So we don't really need the funds inside. Coming to the business, we largely play in two major businesses. One is the original, India business, which is largely more the 2- and 3-wheeler parts play. We do about 16 products, across 3 divisions in India. Something we started in 1990 with Bajaj Auto. Today we kind of supply to, possibly most of the 2-wheeler OEMs here. This is about 35% of our revenues. So this is our original core business.
Okay.
And the larger business now, which is the second core business, as we call it, is something which we bought in 2012 July. We bought it from Visteon. We bought their exterior lighting for cars division. And that's become now, the major division. That's about 60% of our revenues, and about 35% in India, out of which the core business is a 2- and 3-wheeler parts business, which is 90% of the total.
Okay.
So the India business is about 35%, right? That is mostly 2-wheelers and 3-wheelers.
Yeah.
And the global lighting business is about 65.
Yeah, 61%, which is mostly lighting for passenger cars. And that's where we have, we're number 6 globally in the lighting business there. We have a 4% market share of the global lighting market.
And you make the whole, the exterior lighting set?
Oh, yeah. We make the whole assembly. So we kind of design the lamps, and we manufacture and sell the lamps.
I was reading
to various OEMs.
Actually, even in India, you're the second, on consolidated revenues, you're the second largest Indian auto components manufacturer.
That's
by
true.
Consolidated revenue.
That's true. Yeah, I know. We've been not many people know that. But that's the reason. The reason is because, we have a global play in the exterior lighting business.
Right.
That's about 7,000 crores in revenue. Still quite small compared to, some of our competitors who are bigger than us. Because let's say we are number 6. The number 5 player is double our size. So still a smaller scale, but then, from an Indian auto component player point of view, we're still very large.
And the global lighting business, is most of this manufactured outside India, in plants outside India?
Yeah, so we have various plants. And like in this business, OEMs they have global manufacturing footprints, the global platforms, so it's very important, that you are there in all the regions of the world to support them. And today we have, plants like Mexico services North America. We have 2 Czech plants. We service Europe at the moment, China, India. We're putting a plant in Morocco, we will service southern Morocco, of course, northern African market, but mainly southern Europe. Brazil is for South America. So these regional footprints help you, kind of grow in a more effective manner by supporting your customers on the global platforms.
And North America would be how much of your revenues?
So of the total, last year we did about a revenue of about 11,000 crores, and North America would be 22%.
Okay.
The reason I asked is, you said the Mexican plant supplies into the US, right?
Yeah.
The obvious question is this entire trade thing, and Mr. Trump has got a thing for Mexico and stuff coming into the US from Mexico.
True.
Has it impacted anything?
Not so far, but in fact, we had made a plan B. When Mr. Trump came in, we had made a plan B because there was a lot of noise about the about the wall and everything with Mexico. So yes, if something like that were to happen, we have a plan B where we can put in a facility, a rented facility
in the US.
Okay.
Because I think about 70 to 80% revenues are for the US market out of Mexico.
Right.
Tarang, you're hitting the market at a time where all of your peers, like the Motherson Sumis of the world, are actually at a fresh 52-week low, and they've been hitting 52-week lows. There's obviously concern about what's happening in the auto component market globally with, the JLRs and Volkswagens and the BMWs being your primary clients. What is your outlook at this point in time? You did around a single-digit growth in FY18 versus mid-teens earlier. Are you facing a slowdown in the global markets?
See, not really, because what is happening is that, let's talk about the product, this product, the exterior lighting product. It's so let's say the market, global markets are not growing more than 2% year on year. But what is happening is there is quite a fast penetration of LEDs into lamps. So let's say the car market grows at 2% globally. The lighting market grows at about 4.3, 4.5%. But because of the LED penetration, the growth is in double digits. So also, if the markets were not to grow so heavily on the passenger car side, let's say it doesn't grow in the advanced markets of North America, Europe, for example, I think the content growth, is something which will drive, revenues, for us going forward. And when it comes to a lighting business, see, this lighting technology is something which is within just 7 or 8 players in the world. The global level of technology. It's not only about just making LED lamps. There are a lot of more advanced technologies, like matrix LED headlamps. Matrix LED headlamps.
So what does that mean for you in terms of, say, growth?
So it means that irrespective of market growth, of course, we would like the market to grow, more, but I think that we being in the right product segment, we are going to grow anyway more effectively. Our revenues will grow because of the electronics content growth in lamps. There's more electronics now in lamps than plastics.
So FY18, can you just break up what the two markets did, developed as well as as well as India?
So India did about, I even take the 50% of our China share here. So India did we did close to about 11,000 crores in revenues in FY18, and about 3,550 crores was India. And about 7,000 crores we did out of our global lighting business for cars. And then we have two, businesses which are others, which is like, one is the core business, two-wheeler lighting, which does, which kind of services the European market and also a market in Vietnam at the moment. And then we have one original acquisition we did in 2007. It's the company called EMS, where we do large critical forgings for Caterpillar.
I've got numbers here. You said 11,000 because but the numbers here suggest the revenue from operations for 9 months ended 31st December 2017 was about 7,400 crores. That is the total revenue from operations.
So that was 9 months, but we had in RHP, we had kind of printed the whole year numbers, and what gets reported as per the new accounting system is 10,300 crores
for FY18.
For FY18, and then I was also including the China JV. We have a 50-50 JV in China for lighting.
And what were profits? 18.
So overall, I think the profits were about I think around 9.5% EBITDA.
EBITDA margin was 9.5.
EBITDA margin was 9.5, a PAT of about 4.1, 4.2%, and an ROC overall of about 18.